Hi viewers, this is Nisma Ameer with another episode of our amazing program Meet the CEO, जिसका मकसद है पाकिस्तान के कामयाब तरीन CEOs को डिस्कवर करना और आपसे मिलवाना, so that you can learn from their success and the struggles behind their journey. Today we're going to meet Dr. Waqas Wahab, CEO of ClearPath Orthodontics. Hi and welcome to our show. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
सबसे पहले we would want you to tell us about your professional journey. कैसे आपने अपनी journey का जो है आगाज़ किया?
I'm a dentist by profession.
Yeah.
I started my career with a US-based orthodontic company way back in 1999.
Okay.
So that company was there for 2 years in Pakistan. We had like 600 employees and I was one of the dentists.
सही.
Unfortunately, that company winded up their operation after 2 years.
Okay.
Then there was another company, again orthodontic aligner company, US-based company, came into Pakistan. I started doing a job over there as Director of Research and Development, but unfortunately after 2 years, it again winded up their operations.
Okay.
So I was like कि यार ये कब तक होता रहेगा? Start of the career में आपके जो है वो एक job मिली,
सही.
और उसके बाद after few years, it went back. So that was the time when I thought कि यार enough is enough. अब मेरे ख्याल में we need to come up with our own company.
Our own thing, हाँ.
And what was the challenging thing? That was the patents. So because we cannot infringe any other company's patents, so I started working along with my team on different process to make these invisible braces aligners.
Before we move on to your specific expertise और जो star of the show है, which is ClearPath Orthodontics, उससे पहले मुझे बताएं कि dentistry जो है, how did you choose that? Was it passion based or was it just like, you know, you were just going in the flow and you thought मैं dentist, वो वाला thought process में बताएं कि dentist कैसे बने?
Unlike other doctors जो कि dentist हैं, unfortunately when they don't get admission in MBBS, so they go with the BDS thing and they become dentists. This is a general norm in Pakistan. But with me, it was different. My uncle, Brigadier Retired Haq Nawaz, he is my chacha and he is my mentor. So I saw him since my childhood, going to the clinic, treating patients, and he inspired me so much. So I just followed his footsteps.
Okay, so that it was interest-based then.
Correct.
That's great. Ajay, moving on, let's talk about ClearPath. You are the CEO of it, and you guys are specifically working on clear aligners. And I think अब public को काफ़ी awareness है कि वो क्या हैं, but I think अभी भी we have a long way to go because nitty-gritties नहीं पता होती. But मुझे बताएं कि क्या thought process था that you thought कि formally and properly आप उसको पाकिस्तान में लेकर आए, जैसे आपने कहा with patents and everything. What was the thought process?
Okay, to be really honest with you, it was not from business point of view.
Okay.
I told you about 2 other companies, US-based orthodontic companies. They came into Pakistan. They were exporting their products to America, to Europe and different countries. But they were not selling their products in Pakistan.
Okay.
So this was my thought that यार एक product बन रही है पाकिस्तान में और यहाँ के patients और doctors उसको use नहीं कर रहे हैं. So that's not fair with the public. So this was the thought जिसकी वजह से हम लोग जो है वो पाकिस्तान में इसको हमने launch किया 2013 में and we are the pioneers in Pakistan to launch invisible braces, clear aligners.
तो आपको उस time ये नहीं लगा कि अभी लोगों को इतनी अवेयरनेस नहीं है, इट इज़ समथिंग सो न्यू एंड इट मस्ट बी लाइक कहते हैं ना एक प्लंज होता है जो आपने लेना है, लीप ऑफ फेथ, तो वो क्या थॉट प्रोसेस था? अगर जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल दोस 2 कंपनीज केम एंड दे वेंट, हाउ वर यू एबल टू यू नो गेट दैट फियरलेसनेस कि मैं खुद से आई एम गोना जस्ट स्टार्ट डूइंग वर्किंग ऑन दिस?
अच्छा, इसमें सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो चीज़ है कि पाकिस्तानी they don't like change, you know, and same goes with the doctors. It was very hard for us to convince doctors that these clear aligners, they work as well, just like metal braces. So you are so right. It was a very long journey. We had like many seminars and study publications, R&D stuff. to convince our doctors that yes, these clear aligners they work as efficiently as metallic braces.
सही. अच्छा, जो ClearPath है वो it's also involved in manufacturing these aligners in Pakistan, which is I think a very big achievement given कि ये चीज़ concept ही नहीं था यहाँ पे. How were you able to make that possible?
So I started ClearPath venture way back in 2007 with only 3 employees.
Okay.
And over a period of 15 years now we have alhamdulillah 700 employees.
Wow.
But trust me, this journey was not an easy one.
I'm sure.
You know what is the problem here? That R&D stuff, it's not very easy to do in Pakistan. I still remember when we were trying to make first prototype way back in 2007 and 8. So I used to go to the vendors and ask them कि जी ये मैंने एक चीज़ बनानी है. So they always like reply करते थे जी कि okay you need 5,000 quantity, 7,000 quantity or 10,000. You know, like it's a big number. So when I used to tell them no yaar, I just need one thing. So they were like so reluctant. So R&D is very tough. So then I gathered my team from different departments. We have orthodontists, dentists, software engineers. So आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ये जर्नी का आगाज़ हुआ. Then we applied for FDA, which is a big thing to get for a Pakistani company. And without that certificate, you cannot enter into United States.
यही मैं पहले this was also crossing my mind कि जो patents होते हैं और ये जो approvals होते हैं, इनको achieve करने में to be able to produce a product of a global stature, ये जर्नी जो थी ये कितनी हार्ड रही या कितनी पेनफुल रही?
Okay, it was a very tedious process, right? To find a US attorney, it wasn't easy. Unfortunately, in Pakistan, the patent law is like way behind than like other areas.
Okay.
Nobody like give importance to patents in Pakistan. So, but since aligner business, we wanted to go into North American market, which is the aligner market for invisible braces. So over there, the patent are really important.
Okay, so, obviously, huh?
Yeah, so that was the reason I had to get hold of US attorneys. Then I had to go to Washington, D.C. for a couple of times. Physically to participate in the interviews to convince them that this is a unique method of making aligners. And after a tedious and long process of 5 years, alhamdulillah, I got patents in 2012. And not only in US, also in Russia, UAE, India and Pakistan. So we got the patents.
तो और क्या challenges आपने face किए और उनको कैसे overcome किया?
Okay, just to give you an example, for example, we started recently first digital manufacturing facility in Pakistan. So for that, we had to bring latest technology, which included 3D printers and scanners and everything. So 3D printers are banned in Pakistan. You need to go through a very long process to get NOC. So I still remember when I bought my first printers in 2015. They were just lying at the airport for 2 years. They were rusted and my all investment was gone. So these kind of challenges, and then people over here, they lack in knowledge of clear aligners. Luckily now they have a protocol. Whenever you need a printer, then you go through that protocol and you need to take permissions from the government of Pakistan. Now that is in place, but unfortunately way back in 2015 nothing was there.
अच्छा, अभी currently in which countries are you guys exporting?
Basically it's more than 30 countries.
Okay, that's amazing.
Which includes North American market and Europe, UK, Australia, New Zealand. So these are the big countries where we are exporting. So export maybe, I mean, this is the only company, ClearPath, which is exporting. इस बल्क में हम लोग जो है वो एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं.
और क्या आप इसका स्कोप देखते हैं एज एन इंडस्ट्री इफ इट डेवलप्स कि क्या इम्पैक्ट ये रख सकती है हमारी इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ पे, हमारे फॉरेन एक्सचेंज पे? व्हाट स्कोप डू यू सी जनरली अगर हम एक्सपोर्ट्स की बात करते हैं?
सो एक्सपोर्टर्स तो जी इट्स अ की एलिमेंट फॉर द इकोनॉमी ऑफ पाकिस्तान, राइट? सो हम लोग एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ClearPath got the achievement award only because we did extraordinary performance in terms of exporting our aligners. So there is a big room for these aligners, not in Pakistan but in all foreign countries. People are preferring these aligners over metallic braces. देखिए ना जी, once you are an adult, nobody wants to show those metallic braces. So even in Pakistan, I have like a lot of patients from show business area, and they are using our
and
appliances.
I have so many people around me who've gotten aligners at a later part of age. वरना एक teenage से हम relate करते हैं ना, braces करवानी तो teenage में करवा लो so that you're free by normal time. But now with these, people can get them at any time of point when they feel कि यार we're not too late.
You are smart in asking this question or giving this comment, because this is adult orthodontic treatment. So aligners cannot be placed in mixed dentition और बच्चों की एज में.
Okay, I did not know
so this is only adult orthodontic treatment. So you are so right कि yes, all the adults who couldn't get a chance to have their teeth straightened when they were like young or at their childhood, but now they can.
So maybe if a young child does not want to get braces at all, तो वो eventually अपनी adulthood में जाके aligners लगवा लें. कि उसके लिए भी आपको candidate होना पड़ता है, like हर किसी के लिए नहीं होते aligners. Is that a thing?
That is correct. कि हर किसी के लिए aligners नहीं होते. But for example, if a child, he or she wants to get aligner treatment, then we can always accommodate him. But we need to take impressions again and again, because you know, like कुछ दांत आ रहे हैं उसके दूध के, कुछ गिर रहे हैं, you know, so उसमें आपकी जो है ना वो changes आ जाती हैं आपकी सारी. So I don't want to go into technical details, but yes, we can take multiple impressions to take care of those cases.
The digital aligner manufacturing unit, जो you are the brain behind it and you basically initiated it, उसके पीछे क्या thought process था and how has it turned out so far?
हमारे जो कस्टमर्स हैं वो हमारे नॉर्थ अमेरिकन मार्केट, यूरोप और इन कंट्रीज में बैठे हुए हैं. सो कोई भी केस ट्रीट करने के लिए दे हैव टू सेंड देयर फिजिकल इंप्रेशंस ऑफ देयर पेशेंट्स. सो उसमें इट यूज टू टेक लाइक 4 to 5 days. उस चीज़ को ओवरकम करने के लिए वी थॉट कि यार व्हाई नॉट टू स्टार्ट विद द डिजिटल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट. उसमें होता क्या है कि दे डोंट हैव टू सेंड देयर फिजिकल इंप्रेशंस. वो हमें अपने पेशेंट्स के स्कैन भेजते हैं.
Welcome back to our show. Exports तो एक scenario है of the business. Locally, what is your association? How are you providing these locally? Do you guys have association with clinics, hospitals, और आपकी अपनी कोई dental facility है जहाँ लोग आके ये अपने treatment करवाएं for the clear aligners?
जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया कि it's very difficult in Pakistan कि कोई चीज़ नई चीज़ जो है वो आप लेके आएं. Though this thing was there in North America since 2000, लेकिन पाकिस्तान में थोड़ा सा it was a challenging to bring this thing and to make people believe that this actually works. So for that we conducted like lots of seminars, certification courses. Even I myself have done more than 100 certification courses in Pakistan, as well as internationally. So we had to convince doctors by giving them or study through R&D research that this appliance does work. So हमने यहाँ पे पाकिस्तान में क्या किया हुआ है कि हम लोग जो है वो we have different regions. We have divided Pakistan into again 4 provinces. जिस तरह से हमने उनके अंदर presence है हमारी. और doctors if they have any case तो वो हम लोगों से contact करते हैं हमारे regional head से, and then they give their case records to us और हम उनको facilitate करते हैं at each and every step. इनमें से कुछ डॉक्टर्स हैं जिन्होंने सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स नहीं लिया होता ClearPath का. तो व्हाट वी कैन डू इज बिकॉज ऑफ द कोविड वी प्रोवाइड देम ऑनलाइन सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्सेज, एंड वंस दे आर ट्रेन्ड टू यूज आवर प्रोडक्ट, और हम फिर उनको जो है वो अलाइनर्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं.
सही. अच्छा, अगर हम कॉमन पब्लिक या क्लाइंटेल के एस्पेक्ट से बात करें, सो correct me if I'm wrong, I do feel that this is something that not everyone can afford, right? It's not a very affordable option, or is it a very affordable option? Now you would be a better person to tell us that. Firstly वो, और दूसरा क्या रिसेप्शन मिली है आपको क्लाइंट से या कॉमन पब्लिक से? आपको क्या लगता है कैसा रिस्पॉन्स रहा है, और आगे जो है अगर इसके बारे में मज़ीद अवेयरनेस होती है तो यू नो लाइक यू थिंक दैट पीपल विल come up for these? Generally आपको मार्केट की क्या सिचुएशन लगती है?
I will be honest with you that response is amazing.
Okay.
And I wasn't expecting that response in Pakistan. But in Pakistan, the way I told you earlier, we did not go into Pakistani market because of the business. This was only to give them the product which is being made in Pakistan.
सही.
Because that is like really unfair कि आप एक product बना रहे हो, पूरी दुनिया में आप भेज रहे हो, लेकिन पाकिस्तानी patients जो है वो use ना करें.
सही.
So because of the social media, internet, now patients are really smart. You know, like I mean, they Google it. They वो हर एक चीज पढ़ के आपके पास आते हैं. ठीक है, they even know much more than you. You know that they have all the knowledge. और उसमें उनको चूज करने में इसलिए प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती है हमें कन्विंस करने में, बिकॉज उन्होंने अपना ऑलरेडी होमवर्क किया होता है, रिसर्च की होती है जी.
एंड आई थिंक इवन विद द एवोल्यूशन ऑफ द डिजिटल एज जो एक चीज और इंक्रीज हो गई वो है सेल्फ कॉन्शियसनेस, which I think has increased with the age of Instagram and stuff. So everyone wants to look as good as they can. तो I think वो भी एक barrier है जो खुल गया है. अब लोग अपने ऊपर बहुत फोकस करते हैं, which is great, I feel.
You are so right actually. जब से ये pandemic हमारा start हुआ है, there is a rise in orthodontic treatment.
अच्छा.
Yeah, maybe it's just that कि people are using more video conferencing calls and stuff, and they are like looking at their teeth maybe. So trust me, I mean there is a boom in getting all these cases from especially from Pakistan.
Generally COVID ने किस तरह से impact किया आपके काम को?
COVID generally जी वो तो it was a bad thing to be really honest with you. But when we talk about aligner business और aligner cases तो उसमें काफ़ी ज़्यादा हमने spike देखी है.
सही.
और reason मैंने जिस तरह आपको बताई कि maybe people are like more conscious when they see themselves in the videos, Zoom meetings हो रही हैं सारा कुछ. And that is not only related with the dental stuff, even aesthetic clinics. I have like dermatologist friends of mine. They also inform me कि अब जो है वो botox, fillers और ये सारी चीज़ें काफ़ी ज़्यादा जो है वो इन हो गई हैं.
हाँ, इन हो गई हैं. और एक आई जस्ट फील के एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी और वो जो एक टैबूनेस एक वो काफ़ी कम हो गई है, और अब पीपल आर वेरी ओपन अबाउट इट एंड वेरी एक्सेप्टेबल अबाउट इट. So yeah, things have changed in that aspect.
You're right. And not only females, even males, they are going after these treatments.
This is more of a generic question about how you deal with things professionally, personally. Life की हर जो stage है, it's not the same. Sometimes things are not going as you want them to be, या जैसे इंसान ने plan किया होता है. ऐसे किसी phase में कैसे अपने आप को motivated रखते हैं?
देखिए जी, failure always teaches you lesson, right? So ऐसा नहीं है कि everything was successful in my career. I mean मैंने काफ़ी ज़्यादा failures भी देखी हैं, लेकिन I think it gives motivation to yourself to reach the next level. और I don't take it as a demerit, but I always take it like positively.
Given that we were discussing how tedious the process was of you starting this whole venture और जितनी उसकी nitty-gritties थी, आपके ख्याल से क्या ऐसे measures हैं जो government को लेने चाहिए to further elevate this industry?
मेरे ख्याल में जो हम लैक करते हैं यहाँ पाकिस्तान में, that is the education regarding digital dentistry. So I strongly मतलब suggest to the government कि हम लोग अगर digital dentistry को as a curriculum उसमें involve कर दें. और this is not only for the dentist but even for the dental technician. जो हमारे post graduate students हैं, they should be aware of these latest technology. They should treat patients with clear aligners so that they have a good exposure. Unfortunately अभी हमारे I still recall हमारे final year में एक chapter है about these clear aligners, and that's it.
Okay.
And that is also very biased because that is related with only one company.
सही.
So इस चीज़ को हमें करने के लिए awareness increase करने के लिए, especially in dental surgeons, dentists and orthodontists, हमें ज़रूर इसको curriculum का जो है वो हिस्सा बनाना चाहिए.
The digital aligner manufacturing unit जो you are the brain behind it and you basically initiated it, उसके पीछे क्या thought process था and how has it turned out so far?
हमारे जो कस्टमर्स हैं वो हमारे नॉर्थ अमेरिकन मार्केट, यूरोप और इन कंट्रीज में बैठे हुए हैं. सो कोई भी केस ट्रीट करने के लिए दे हैव टू सेंड देयर फिजिकल इंप्रेशंस ऑफ देयर पेशेंट्स. सो उसमें इट यूज्ड टू टेक लाइक 4 to 5 days. उस चीज़ को ओवरकम करने के लिए वी थॉट कि यार व्हाई नॉट टू स्टार्ट विद द डिजिटल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट. उसमें होता क्या है कि they don't have to send their physical impressions. वो हमें अपने पेशेंट्स के स्कैन भेजते हैं.
सही.
और obviously when it comes to digital impressions तो वो तो एक ही दिन में जो है हमें रिसीव हो जाती हैं. So वो हमने bypass कर दिया वो जो 4 to 5 days का delay था.
अच्छा.
So that was the whole idea of starting digital manufacturing unit.
Okay.
Not only this but human element हमने इसमें काफ़ी decrease कर दी है, minimize कर दी है because of artificial intelligence softwares and automation of the entire process. I'm very proud to say that this is like Pakistan's first digital manufacturing unit of clear aligners.
And do you think that it was the need of the hour because of COVID? या generally आपके long term plans में था कि मैंने eventually I have to start it and make it digital?
Being a Pakistani company and selling products in North American market, it's not an easy job.
Sure.
If you have to compete with North American companies, there are like companies who are making aligners in North America. You need to be at par. So this was a must thing. I mean, to have a digital manufacturing unit to compete their expertise. So this was the whole idea behind it.
And what about R&D? Like obviously, हर field में there is constant innovation and advancement. So how important is R&D in this aspect, and how actively are you guys involved in it?
R&D is the key to success in this field. So that is the reason we have our entire department consisted of software engineers, orthodontists, dentists, who are doing these research and development cases to improve our aligner product.
Especially when you have an international competition, you're operating in international markets. So I think there is no point of existing without in being involved in R&D. I think that is definitely crucial. So ClearPath and you of course have received various achievement awards and acknowledgements. तो जब इस stature पे credit दिया जाता है और acknowledgement मिलती है तो फिर कैसा feel होता है?
Encouraging comments always are good. Like appreciation is always encouraging for someone. Or I'm very lucky to have my supported family, parents, my friends. They have always encouraged me in any venture.
How is a normal working day for you? How does your professional day starts? And generally, what sort of a leader are you?
I don't believe in micromanagement.
Okay.
What I have done is I have placed the right people on the right spots. For example, when it comes to HR, so I have director HR who takes care of HR, right? So and same goes with every department. So I don't go micromanagement.
सही.
मैंने अपनी टीम को भी यही कहा हुआ है कि यार unless until कोई बहुत बड़ा कोई तूफान ना आ जाए, मुझे आप लोगों ने डिस्टर्ब नहीं करना. So I think for a leader this is the prime thing कि आपकी टीम जो है वो होनी चाहिए. And it's all about teamwork, to be really honest. अगर मैं कहूँ यहाँ पे बैठ के कि मैं अकेला जो है वो कंपनी को रन कर रहा हूँ, which consists of like 700 employees and treating thousands and thousands of cases, so it's not humanly possible.
Yeah, definitely. And what sort of leadership style एक होता है ना, कुछ बहुत approachable होते हैं, कुछ नहीं होते, कुछ teamwork में believe करते हैं. What is your approach to that?
वैसे ये question तो आपको मेरे employees से पूछना चाहिए. लेकिन when it comes,
but I think इंसान को अपना खुद पता होता है.
When it comes to me, my doors are open. Okay. Even office boys, they come किसी भी झिझक के बगैर मेरे पास आती हैं. They come up with like their issues and I try to resolve their issues. अगर उनका head of department जो है वो नहीं कर. But as I said कि मैं यही कहता हूँ कि हर department का जो head है, he or she should be responsible for his own area rather कि people coming to me.
Who has been your inspiration or role model personally, professionally?
जिस तरह मैंने शुरू में आपको बताया, my chacha who is a dentist, so he is my mentor.
Okay.
And I always like follow his footsteps. And I'm a dentist because of him today, because all the inspiration which he gave me in the childhood. So just because of that, I'm a dentist today. What
is the idea of happiness?
I think happiness comes with your inner satisfaction.
Okay.
No matter what. I mean, even to be really honest, even something very small can give you a happiness. So it's all about your inner satisfaction.
Welcome back to our show. What is your take on women being part of the workforce और आपकी organization में क्या weightage दिया जाता है ख़वातीन को?
ख़वातीन जो है वो obviously they are like part and parcel of dentistry when it comes to dentistry. और I'll be honest with you कि इस वक्त जो है वो there are more females जो इस field को जो है वो opt कर रही हैं to become dentist. And why is that? Because you know like in dentistry as compared to MBBS there are no emergency duties, no wards, nothing. रात को आप आराम से घर पे सो रहे हैं. As compared to that जब आप when you are like MBBS doctor तो आपको emergencies भी handle करनी पड़ती हैं, आपको night duties भी करनी पड़ती हैं. तो इस वक्त जो dentistry है that is getting very good profession for females.
And I think it's also a very lucrative profession generally. पता नहीं अभी आप एक नेगेटिव एसोसिएशन है या पॉजिटिव है, बट जनरली आई थिंक जो डेंटिस्ट हैं, इफ यू आर गुड, इफ यू आर टैलेंटेड, देन यू काइंड ऑफ एंड अप डूइंग वेल विद योर प्रोफेशन.
नो, आई थिंक यू आर राइट. इट्स ऑल अबाउट योर प्रोफेशनलिज्म. आपने हाथ से काम करना है. इफ यू आर It's all about your skills. Exactly. If you are good at doing work with your hands, then yes, you can excel in a very short period of time.
Sahi. And what is your take on CSR, like generally corporate social responsibility? Aapki organization, is it involved in some ventures or some activities based on that?
Right. So again, this is our social responsibility, and we are trying to fulfill it. For example, we have recently opened our third health clinic in Lahore. Not only that, we have started our first mobile dental unit in Pakistan.
Achha.
And we are organizing different camps in the neighboring area of Lahore. To be really honest with you, dentistry तो यहाँ लाहौर में आपको नज़र आएगी, लेकिन वंस यू गो आउट ऑफ द लाहौर प्रेमिसेस तो वहाँ पे तो बस यही होता है जी कि दांत में दर्द है तो आपने दांत निकलवा देना है. सो बट वी एजुकेट देम थ्रू आवर डॉक्टर्स. हमारे जो है वो वीकली जो है वो सेमिनार्स होती हैं.
हाँ जी.
और हम लोगों को एजुकेट करते हैं कि दिस इज़ लाइक रियली इम्पोर्टेंट.
You're also, I think, into training sessions, and you're like into like क्या कहेंगे, जैसे इंटरनेशनल स्पीकर होते हैं, ट्रेन करते हैं, उनके सेशंस होते हैं. तो इस तरफ किस तरह आए और वो एक्सपीरियंस जो है वो कैसा रहता है? लाइक डू यू एंजॉय इट? What gratification does that give to you?
I never wanted to be a trainer. It was a nightmare for me, to be really honest. But again, there are like very few people who had this knowledge of clear aligners along with their clinical practice, right? So I had to take the front seat, or I had to go into different parts of the world. I have given in more than 50 international courses, including in Europe, America, New Zealand, Australia. To be really honest with you, शुरू में तो आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि जब आप ट्रैवल कर रहे होते हो, लेकिन फिर आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आप कहते हो कि यार
तो
बस
टिडियस हो जाता है.
इट बिकम्स वेरी लाइक टिडियस. फिर घर वाले आपके कह रहे होते हैं यार कि आप कहाँ गायब हो गए, यू नो लाइक. So now I have given these tasks to my team members, और we have hired orthodontists जो कि अब ये जो है वो काम कर.
यही जो आपके सेशंस हैं ट्रेनिंग के, ये ऑब्वियसली पाकिस्तान में भी होते होंगे, तो क्या इम्पैक्ट आपने देखा है या आपने क्या देखा है कि व्हाट वैल्यू हैव दे बीन एबल टू ऐड टू दिस एंटायर इंडस्ट्री?
Awareness is key to success. So by these certification courses or these seminars, आप awareness create करती हो, और obviously it pays you at the end of the day.
अच्छा, one thing which is very important कि अपनी हमारी जो कॉमन पब्लिक है, अवेयरनेस के लिए क्लियर अलाइनर्स एग्जैक्टली होते क्या हैं, हाउ डू दे वर्क, हाउ दे आर डिफरेंट देन द मेटल ब्रेसेस, इस पे थोड़ा हमें एक डिटेल्ड एलैबोरेशन दें.
जो अलाइनर्स हैं वो कंप्यूटराइज्ड जनरेटेड ट्रेस होती हैं. व्हाट डज दैट मीन? दैट मीन्स कि अगर किसी पेशेंट के हमने जो है वो दांत ठीक करने हैं जो कि टेढ़े दांत हैं, तो उनका डेटा हमारे पास कंप्यूटर पे आ जाता है. और डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द मैल इक्लूजन के कितने दांत टेढ़े हैं, हम उनको डिफरेंट फ्रेम्स लगाते हैं. सो इन अ लेमैन टर्मिनोलॉजी आप कह लें कि एक अलाइनर के अंदर देयर आर फ्यू टीथ जिनको हम थोड़ी बहुत मूवमेंट कर रहे होते हैं, और ये स्टेप बाय स्टेप जो है वो पेशेंट के दांत जो है वो ठीक हो जाते हैं. सो अनलाइक ब्रेसेस, इसके अंदर कंट्रोल्ड फोर्स होती है और कंट्रोल्ड मूवमेंट होती है. ब्रेसेस में तो जी आपका योर पेशेंट कैन नॉट सी how his or her teeth will look like at the end of the treatment. So aligner treatment के अंदर there is a luxury कि on a software computer you can actually visualize your outcome before your treatment start. So this is a very good, I think, marketing and selling point which we always tell to our dentist कि यार आप patient को convince कर सकते हैं, और you can convince yourself as well कि aligner treatment के अंदर you can visualize the outcome before even the treatment is started.
And is it a painful process or is it painless generally?
If you compare with metallic braces, तो it's not painful. But you know, pain is the perception. So अगर एक ही स्टिमुलस जो है फॉर एग्जांपल इस रूम में आपको भी दिया जाए सेम और मुझे भी दिया जाए तो कुड बी पॉसिबल कि आपको बिल्कुल भी पेन ना हो.
हर एक का थ्रेशोल्ड भी डिफरेंट होता है.
Exactly. So pain threshold varies from patient to patient.
Okay, but definitely it's a more convenient way than the metal braces.
100%. Clear aligners के साथ the best part is कि you can actually remove them.
Remove them.
ठीक है, before eating, before going to any social functions or anything. And the second best part is that these are like completely invisible.
Okay. और एक 24 आवर्स के दिन में कितने घंटे मिनिमम मतलब पहनना पड़ जाता है इसको?
आइडली स्पीकिंग तो 22 आवर्स से ज़्यादा आपको पहनना चाहिए. जो 2 घंटे हैं वो हम पेशेंट को दे देते हैं कि यार आपने खाना पीना है, ब्रशिंग करनी है, फ्लॉस करनी है, तो उसके लिए आप रिमूव कर सकते हैं.
Okay, great. Well, that was very elaborative. I think I've learned so much, so I'm sure the viewers must too. ऐसा कोई डिसीजन, प्रोफेशनल डिसीजन जो आपको लेना बहुत डिफिकल्ट लगता हो?
जब किसी एम्प्लॉय को मैंने अपनी कंपनी से जो है वो रिमूव करना होता है, दैट इज द मोस्ट टफेस्ट डिसीजन टू बी रियल ऑनेस्ट. वट एवर इज द रीजन, अगर कोई उसका पर्सनल इशू भी है, टू लेट गो एनी एम्प्लॉय फ्रॉम माई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इट्स द टफेस्ट डिसीजन.
हु हैज बीन योर इंस्पिरेशन और रोल मॉडल पर्सनली, प्रोफेशनली?
जिस तरह मैंने शुरू में आपको बताया, माय चचा हु इज अ डेंटिस्ट, so he is my mentor. And I always like follow his footsteps, and I'm a dentist because of him today, because all the inspiration which he gave me in the childhood, so just because of that I'm a dentist today.
What is the idea of happiness?
I think happiness comes with your inner satisfaction.
Okay.
ठीक है, no matter what. I mean, even to be really honest, even something very small can give you a happiness. So it's all about your inner satisfaction.
And I think happiness is a very relative emotion. It's different for everyone. You can't really वो उसको कर नहीं सकते. और उसके अलावा गुस्सा जो है वो किस फ्रीक्वेंसी से आता है, कितना आता है, and how are you able to manage your anger?
गुस्सा मुझे ज़रूर आता है because I am a human at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely.
When things are not going the way I see them, तो obviously आपको जो है you get disturbed, आपको गुस्सा आता है. लेकिन the best part is कि that is like for a very small period of time, और उसके बाद फिर I think things come back to normal.
Yeah, and I think with time we learn how to work around it rather than to prolong it, because इतनी प्रोफेशनल कमिटमेंट्स होती हैं, क्या कुछ होता है कि आप इतनी देर तक हैंग ऑन नहीं कर सकते गुस्से के इमोशन को भी.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You cannot afford to have gussa built in you for a longer time, right? Because it obviously affects your surrounding people and everything, which I obviously, being the CEO of the company, running 700 employees company, I don't want that.
And any one habit or thing that you end up doing when you are feeling stressed out, कोई भी ऐसी एक्टिविटी हो सकती है जिससे आप अपना स्ट्रेस रिलीज करते हो?
Gym is the only thing which I do when I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm mad at something. So आपकी जो वो आपकी एनर्जीज है ना, जब आप अपने आप को ड्रेन कर लेते हो, तो that helps a lot.
Okay. And as you said, you're managing 700 employees, a lot on your shoulders. How do you manage to strike a balance between your personal and professional life?
Sometimes it becomes very difficult, especially when I'm traveling internationally. You cannot give time to your family. Obviously, you are away from your home.
Yeah.
But I obviously, it's very hard for me to keep a balance. So sometimes मैं justification नहीं कर सकता with my family and sometimes with work as well. लेकिन I try to make an equilibrium.
Sahi. And how about your favorite international destination?
Denmark is the place where I would want to go back again. And you know why? Because of the people, because of the beauty which I have seen over there. It's all very natural. So I get attracted by the natural, the areas and places.
And what about our own country, Pakistan? Any one place that you want to keep on going back?
Yeah, the northern areas, they are like heaven on earth.
Definitely.
So those are the areas which I definitely want to go back again and again.
अभी तक की जो आपकी जर्नी रही है, उससे आपने क्या सीखा? So what would it be?
I would say कि there's no shortcut in life.
Okay.
If you have to achieve something, you have to go through the process. Again, आपके failures जो हैं, they teach you lessons. You learn different things from them. So if there is a failure, आप उसको disheart नहीं होना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल में. You need to try it again and again. So this is something which I have learned over past like 20 years of my career.
And on an ending note, I would want you to give a message or an advice to the budding young professionals who maybe want to take up the field that you're in. उनको कोई advice देना चाहें.
मैं उनको यही कहूँगा कि always think out of the box. Instead of being कि एक वो कुएं का मेंढक वाली बात कि आप जो है वो उसी के अंदर रहें. No, always think out of the box. और मेरे ख्याल में कि you need to think big to achieve something. Otherwise जो है वो you cannot achieve it.
Thank you so much for taking out time and giving us so much insight about something जिसके बारे में अभी भी awareness build हो रही है. I surely learned a lot and we're very glad that you took time out for us.
Thank you so much for coming.
So this was a conversation with Dr. Waqas Wahab, a truly insightful conversation on clear aligners where we got to learn so much. For more such conversations, keep on watching our show, Meet the CEO, only on Discover Pakistan.